All right, Disneyland Paris Dreamers. Ready for a deep dive? We're looking at a one-day ticket listing from Get Your Guide today.
You know, those ticket listings, they might not seem like much.
Right, but this one, it's got all these little clues about what your trip could be like.
Exactly, and we're going to break it all down.
Like, first of all, did you realize Disneyland Paris, it's not just one park?
Oh, yeah, that's the first thing that jumps out, right? You've got Disneyland Park.
With Sleeping Beauty's castle, all that.
The classics, for sure.
But then, right there, Walt Disney Studios Park.
And that's a whole other story. It makes you wonder, who they're thinking of with each one.
Yeah, like little kids, they probably want the fairy tale stuff.
Exactly. Cinderella, the whole 9 yards.
But teenagers,
Yeah.
they're probably all about that Avengers campus.
Exactly. And that's smart, right? From their perspective, I mean. It's like they're saying, hey, we've got something for everyone.
Totally. Choose your own Disney adventure.
Although that does make it tougher to decide, doesn't it?
Right. What kind of Disney fan are you? Fairy tales or superheroes? Ooh, tough choices. And then there's this whole other layer. They mention those seasonal events.
Oh, yeah, the Electrical Sky Parade, the Halloween Festival.
Totally changes the vibe, right?
Oh, absolutely. Like, picture it. It's January.
Magical drone show over the castle.
Versus spooky decorations, villains running around, totally different experience.
And you got to factor that in when you're planning, right?
Oh, 100%. What kind of Disney magic are you looking for? The classic fairy tale? Or something a little spookier? Big decisions.
They really think of everything, don't they? And here's a little detail, tucked away in the listing. Disney Studios Park. It closes earlier.
Oh, yeah, that's a good catch. Like 1 or 2 hours earlier than Disneyland Park.
Easy to miss if you're not paying attention.
And that little detail, that could really change your plans.
All right. Do you do Disney Studios Park first thing in the morning?
Maximize your time.
Or save the main park for later?
It's all about strategy.
Right. Like, they didn't have to tell us that.
No, they didn't. But it's that kind of thinking about the visitor that's impressive,
Makes you appreciate the whole experience,
Yeah, it's like they're thinking of everything. And speaking of which, you know what else caught my eye? That bit about the parades and shows.
Oh, yeah. But that seems obvious, right? Like, of course, Disneyland has those.
Right, but it's almost like a little reminder, like, hey, don't forget about this part of the experience.
It's not just about the rides.
Exactly. It's the whole atmosphere, the immersion.
Yeah. And they mentioned shows, like specific shows at both parks. Do you think one park had a better lineup?
Well, based on the descriptions, it seems like they're hoping you'll want to see them all.
Clever. Okay. But this is something else. In the listing, it's so casual, but it changes everything.
You mean the part where they mention, oh, by the way, it's only like 35 minutes from Paris?
Yes, 35 minutes from Central Paris.
Easy peasy, right?
Right. Like, suddenly it's not a whole vacation. It could be a day trip.
Exactly. Imagine you're strolling through the Louvre in the morning.
And then, bam, Space Mountain in the afternoon.
Oh, you're not right.
Although they do say traffic permitting.
Ah, yes. The real world intrudes.
Right. Because no amount of pixie dust is going to make a traffic jam magical.
Exactly. So it's a trade-off, isn't it? The flexibility of a day trip.
Versus potentially losing time in the park.
Tough go.
So Disneyland Paris in a day. It's doable.
Yeah.
But you got to be smart about it.
Absolutely. And that got me thinking about something else. The listing, it's all about pre-booking your ticket.
Right.
But they don't actually say anything about buying tickets on the day.
Which, of course, makes you wonder, can you even do that?
Is there a price difference? Do you save money if you wait to the last minute? Or are you penalized?
It's a mystery. A ticket mystery.
It really makes you realize, even a simple ticket listing, there's a lot lurking below the surface.
It's like the more you learn about something,
the more questions you have.
Exactly. But hey, that's the fun of planning a trip, right? Figuring it all out. And speaking of which, I think we've squeezed every last drop of information out of this Get Your Guide listing.
We really have. Who knew there was so much to unpack in a simple ticket listing?
Right. We talked about the two parks, the different vibes.
The importance of timing your visit, the whole day trip versus longer stay dilemma.
Oh yeah, that was a big one. Disneyland Paris in a day. It's doable.
Potentially. But like we said, you gotta weigh the pros and cons. Think about your priorities. What kind of trip are you looking for?
Exactly. This isn't about us telling you what to do. It's about giving you the information to make the best decision for you. So, you heard it here first. Disneyland Paris Dreamers. Keep digging. Keep researching.
Don't just stop at the ticket listing. Look into those seasonal events. Read some trip reports. You never know what other hidden gems you might find.
That's what makes planning a trip so exciting. The possibilities. And on that note, we'll leave you to it. Happy planning, everyone.
And remember, the magic is in the details.